day, everyone. Trust we're having a nice and beautiful day. Trust we're all doing good, and trust we're doing fine. So, as planned, we dropping, um, discuss on dropping, discuss on dropping our video on a daily basis. Every day we try to see possible us trashing out something on a daily basis to see how possible we could go about making ourselves a profitable trader and all of that. So today, one of the things I feel I posted that the video should be doing. First of all, I want to learn how to do our analysis for us to spot out our A plus setup and our B plus setup. So I want to make you understand. Firstly, to make you understand that our A plus setups are setups that have an origin, and a B plus setup is a setup that do not have an origin. So that is what I will explaining using what they call the name. I will explaining using the diagram. Then later on, we'll move on to. I will still in this video. We'll see. I will use a live chat to explain that. So what am I trying to say in essence? There's an A plus setup and there is a B plus setup. And take note, an A plus setup is a setup that has an origin, while a B plus setup is a setup that do not have an origin. The trade is just moving with a trend. For instance, now for this video, I'll be picking the B plus setup first, because the B plus setup is easy to understand. When you understand the concept of the B plus setup, you could move to the A plus setup. But let's just start with the B plus setup. So a B plus setup is a setup that do not have an origin. You're just moving with the trend. Understand? No origin. Moving with what? The trend. There is no origin. For instance, the market is just, maybe let's say the market is an uptrend. Let's say the market is an uptrend market. Advanced structure, take note of advanced structure always. Anytime we're teaching you here, just advanced structure, and what is happening in advanced structure, you could use it anywhere. So now we are an uptrend. We have an uptrend like this. So we have an uptrend like this, an uptrend like this, have an uptrend like this. So within this, let's see, let me make use of engineered liquidity. So I will not stress us wasting much of our time. Let me give video simple. So I just want to explain to us what it looks like to have a B plus setup. Understand? To have a B plus, what it looks like to have a B plus setup. So I want to see how we spot our B plus setup and all of that. So I trust by the previous videos we've been watching, we are really getting some pretty things out of it. One of the things that makes us consistent is not how often we look at the chart, or how often we tend to study. I hope I'm getting my point clear. How often we tend to study. So from this point, I'm having my origin here. I'm having my origin that caused the break of structure, which is this. This is my origin, which is this. This is my origin. Then price tap into my origin. Then it cleared my buy side liquidity. So now let me explain. Let me demonstrate what I mean. Let me explain to you one by one. So now from here, now we have our sweep of liquidity at this zone. Look at this zone that I just marked a sweep of liquidity. Then from our sweep of liquidity, we have our break of structure. Our break of structure signifying that the market is an uptrend. This is our break of structure. I want you to see this concept as an easy thing. So this is a break of structure. These are, what the opposite of a downtrend is an uptrend, and the opposite of a uptrend is a downtrend. Just the one thing we don't trade, I said we don't trade range. Why? Because range, you don't understand the direction of the market. So now we've got now break of structure. Also, we've seen our buy side liquidity where the market will clear, and which is this. Our buy side liquidity is present, which is this. It's very present. We have our engineered liquidity. You see in the video, I listed all the kind of inducements you will see. I listed our type 1 inducement, type 2. I listed our trend line inducements, our engineered inducement, and all those things will be explaining them in the video one by one. But in this video, I'm using my engineered liquidity, and which I've marked my engineered liquidity. So my conflicts is I don't trade from fair value gap. I trade from only order block. So I wait for my price to hit my order block before I take any trade. So understand what I do. Some trades can react off order block. If some traders pick trade from order block, but for me, due to my conflicts, it makes me risk lower amount of money. If I'm risking from 50% of my order block, it gives me the ability to risk lower amount of money and makes my profits more high. So it's sensible. I'm not just doing it like that. It's sensible, and it keeps me on the safer side. So if I'm losing small amounts. If I'm winning a reasonable amount also. So this is a B+ setup. A setup that do not have an origin. It's a B+ setup. That means you are just trading with the trend. I hope I'm getting you understand what I'm saying. So you just have to spot your confluences, then you trade. You spot out your confluences, then you trade. This is a B+ setup. So today we're dealing with B+ setup. So we are buying from this zone. Oh my god, yes, we're buying from this zone. So we are just buying from this zone. I'll take profit will be here. Our XL will be here. So in this trade we are risking at least like $5.35 to $27, a reasonable amount. This is something you could risk, and the profit is somehow high. So that is what I'm trying to explain to you by a B+ setup. A B+ setup is a setup that don't have an origin. Understand? So looking at this now, let me still explain this diagram. So before I show you through a live chat, so you have your sweep of liquidity, you have a break of structure, you have your unmitigated order block. You mark that zone as your point of interest, where you're expecting the markets to come to tap in before it sells upward. You have in your sell side liquidity present, and you have your engineered inducement. Market just come tap in your 50%, boom, to TP. But in life chart, it's not always boom to TP. There will be some consolidation, some little drag down before it gets to TP paraventure. So I'm just using this to explain what's a B+ setup. A B+ setup is a setup that doesn't have an origin, and a A+ setup is a setup that has an origin. So it is after the market retests that origin, give you a MSS. That is when you start trading in an A+ setup. But a B+ setup, you just get your confluences and you trade with the trend. Am I clear? So I haven't understand that. I want us to go to a live chat. So let's spot out in the live chat. Let's see how to spot let's see how to spot a B+Setup. So let me shift time frame to a 4-hour time frame, and let's see what we could do. 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 I'm trying to pick a sweet zone. I try to pick a sweet zone where we just trade clearly. Okay. So now let's see something now this let me just use this as a B+Setup. Let me use this as a B+Setup. I don't know if this will make sense as a B+Setup, but let me see this now. Let's see this as a B+Setup. So now look at something like this now. This is a downtrend market. This is a downtrend market. It's trending downward. I just want to spot something for us. I'm using a higher time frame, but if you're trading, make sure you pay attention to little details. Like you could make use of lower time frame too. You could spot out these little things I'm trying to spot out too. So now I got my break of structure. Let me mark my break of structure to the downward side. So this is my break of structure. Let me say this is my break of structure to the downside. This is my break of structure to the downside. This is it. This is it. Break of structure to the downside. This is it. So I want you to pay attention to something. I have my other block here, but this other block here was I have a other block here which quite alright. The other block, the trade did not tap in. You could see something. Let me show what I meant. Now see this now. I have a break of structure downward. I have another block here, but this did not tap into my other block. It just only reacted at the fair value gap zone. So I'm seeing this as a missed trade. You understand? I'm seeing this as a missed trade. So I remark my break of structure again. I may remark my break of structure again. This is break of structure it's already done its own work. So I mark my break of structure again to the downward part. So this is it. Break to the downward. Another break of structure downward. And what can I see? I can see my other block. This is my other block, unmitigated other block. This is it, unmitigated other block. Unmitigated other block spotted. Do I have my inducement? Yes, I have my inducement zone. My inducement zone is present. My inducement zone is a point where the market like, it's just like a fake out. Like you feel okay, this is where the trade I may take the trade from, and it's just like a fake out. So I have my inducement, and because my inducement is a type 1 inducement, because the inducement was formed after I've gotten my break of structure. After my break of structure is completed, that's when the inducement came into the light. So my inducement, I get my type 1 inducement was present. Do I have my sell side liquidity? Yes, I have my sell side liquidity, which is this, the point I'm expecting the market to clear. Okay, I'm selling. Where will I take my TP from? This is where I'm taking my TP from. That is all what it means by a sell side liquidity. You understand what I'm saying? So here is it. See a sell side liquidity here. Spot that out. Good. So now sell side liquidity, I want to mark my 50% point zone where I'm expecting the market to tap in before I say okay, yes, I'm buying now, I am selling now. So where's my 50%? 50% of my order block, which is around this zone. Yes, I'm not good at dividing, but I try for this one. This is it. Yes, my 50% zone is spotted out. So let me check my risk to reward. My risk to reward to see how much I'm risking, how much I'm willing to gain back. But for me, this trade, I can still take this trade, but it did not fully tap into my should I call it my 50% zone. But still, I can still consider the trade if it still gives me a clear direction or a sweet candlestick confirmation. So let me see how much are we risking on this trade. Take profit is about $83, and you're risking about $19. What made this one so very very big? Consider the time frame. The lower the time frame you are trading from, the lower the risk. Understand? So the risk of this one is somehow high. You're risking at least $20 to get $83. That is 1:4. So this is how I spot a B+ setup. Just trading with the trend. Understand that. To spot a B+ setup, trading with the trend. So understand how this work. So this is just a B+ setup. So look at something now. You see, in that video I showed you is that diagram I showed. This is a mistake I'm seeing now. I used the diagram was on uptrend, and I'm using a downtrend here. So you just have to flip the stuff the other way around. So you have to understand it. So I'm still testing you guys. You still have to understand it. See, and this is your sweep of liquidity, and this is your break of structure. This is your order block unmitigated. This is your inducement. This is your sell side liquidity, and the market came in from this point, tap into your order block, the 50%, and straight up you move towards TP. So understand, if you flip this the other way around, if you flip the uptrend the other way around, it will give you a downtrend, and if you flip the downtrend the other way around, you give you an uptrend. Just if you could understand the concept of how it works, it's a very easy thing. So I'm just showing an example of a B+ setup and an A+ setup. So this and just a B+ setup. A B+ setup is a setup that you just see without getting an origin. You just spot this setup by getting an origin. You are trading with a trend. If it's a downtrend, you are trading with a downtrend. Your confluences are right. You are trading with a downtrend. If it's an uptrend, you are trading with a trend. No origin. You just trading with a trend, either up or down. So understand how it works. So this is how we spot a B+ setup. So this is a downtrend. So, and the diagram I explained to us was I was using uptrend example. So understand, if you flip it the other way around, you will see it. If you turn it upside down, you could see that it becomes you turn it the other way around like this. Now if I turn it the other way around like this, it becomes, if you turn the other way around, it becomes a downtrend. For now it's an uptrend. So just understand how it works. Your own is to understand how this concept works, and that's all. So for now, say bye for now. I hope you find this video helpful, and the more we go, the more clarity is being given to each and everything we're doing here. So stay put. Profitability is the goal. Goodbye.